Hello, this is Dr. Shahriar Hossain. Welcome back to the channel Computing for All. Today we are going to discuss sentiment analysis using a pre-trained BERT model in PyTorch. We will explore how to analyze sentiments from text data like product reviews or social media posts. We will not do any sort of training, rather we will only do the inference. We are going to use a pre-trained model for sentiment analysis. So why use a pre-trained model? Well, training a deep learning model from scratch requires a large dataset, extensive computational resources, and a lot of time. By using a pre-trained model, we can leverage state-of-the-art NLP capabilities without the need for costly training process. Pre-trained models allow businesses to quickly implement solutions like monitoring customer feedback or social media sentiment. For example, imagine having an alert system that notifies you whenever a product review is negative. This can be done easily by using a pre-trained model for sentiment analysis with no additional training required. You are simply using the model for inference, feeding it text data, and getting back sentiment scores. Let's quickly take a look at the code, and you will see how easy it is to use this pre-trained sentiment analysis tool. I'm showing this Google Colab notebook, which I'll link in the description section. This part of the output might be different if you are running this pip installation for the first time. We are using Transformers library to load a pre-trained BERT model for sentiment analysis. In this part of the code, we have loaded the tokenizer and the model. Now let's define the function that will do the actual sentiment analysis. Here's the function which has the name analyze sentiment. It takes text as input and returns sentiment and sentiment scores as output of the function. Inside the function tokenizes the input that it received, then feeds the input to the model and outputs the sentiment scores. Notice here that there can be 5 different sentiments. The sentiments are very negative, which has the index 0, negative with 1, neutral being 2, positive being 3, and very positive has index 4. So these are the possible sentiments that the function will return. For the sentiments, there will be scores. Also, the function will return the sentiment name, either very negative, negative, neutral, positive, or very positive. Now, in this part, we have 5 example texts in an array. Notice here that the first one is, "This product is fantastic, I love it." So this sentence should be either positive or very positive. The second sentence is, "The service was terrible and I'm very disappointed." This sentence should be classified as negative or very negative, so and so forth. In practice, if you are going to use the analyze sentiment function, you will have texts coming from reviews of a product or comments from social media posts. Anyway, in this code, we will be testing using these 5 sentences. So in this part, we call the analyze sentiment method with each of the 5 sentences we have. We receive the sentiment and scores against those sentiments. Now here is the output. For the text, "This product is fantastic, I love it." Its sentiment is very positive. Note here that here we have 5 different values. These 5 values, 5 scores or probabilities are for these 5 different sentiments in the same sequence. So the first value is for very negative, which is very small here. So the probability that this given sentence, "This product is fantastic, I love it," the probability that it's very negative is quite low. The probability that it's negative is also quite low. Now notice here that here in this part, the last one, which is the probability for very positive, here the value is 0.95. So the value is very high, indicating that the sentence, this first sentence, is highly likely a very positive sentence. Now, the second sentence we had was, "The service was terrible. I'm very disappointed." Notice here that the first value is 0.5, the second value is 0.3. The first value stands for the probability of very negative. The second value stands for the probability of negative. Both very negative and negative have quite high probabilities. The rest, which are neutral, positive, and very positive, they have low probabilities. Hence, this service was terrible and I am very disappointed. This sentence is very negative because it has the highest probability. Now this sentence, it's okay. Not great, but not bad either. We can understand that it's a neutral kind of sentiment, and notice here that this index 2 has high probability and index 2 is actually neutral. The movie was awesome. I had a great time watching it. For this one, notice that the value at the last index has 0.8 probability, which is very high. So this sentence is very positive. Now, I'm not satisfied with this purchase. So it has 0.44 or 0.43 probability for very negative and negative. So we understand that this is either very negative or negative here. Since very negative has the highest probability, the system identified it as very negative. This is awesome, right? Without any sort of training, you can use that pre-trained model to identify the sentiment of a text snippet. As you can see, the model provides sentiment scores for each input ranging from very negative to very positive. This can be incredibly useful for businesses to understand customer feedback, set up automated monitoring systems, and respond quickly to negative sentiments. That's a quick overview of using a pre-trained BERT model for sentiment analysis. The complete code is available in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to this channel. Thank you. See you in the next video.